still emerge, learned, attractive and charred from out the ashes of galactic barrage. Yeah, it gets savage where they traffic mirage. It ain't no magic day in back of its secret hatches and frauds. You gotta take it back to the start. You gotta tap and learn to rap from the
It's time for the talking to stop and the fighting to start. This should be good. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, former world champion Johnny Nelson.
It's going to be unbelievable.
Here comes the dark.
This bout is scheduled.
The fans are ready. And we're off and running between these two really accomplished fighters. Let's see how they come out. And he did catch him. He caught him clean. Clean as a whistle. A perfect counter shot. And he wasn't. Nigel Benn has been rocked. Nigel Benn down. Can you believe it? And he dropped him. The perfect sniper shot. Let's watch it again one more time.
A shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me your ball.
So back into the fray again, but how much do they have left?
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
Need to pick things up here in the second half of the round.
Not the best start, but you know what? The cornermen now, it's down for them doing their job. Get through the round, regroup, right, freshen up, boom. Different tactics.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Off the charts action from both of these fighters. Nice job getting that punch through. Good counter punch. And he scores with the counter. Final 10 seconds here, and this has not been his round for sure. Still without Benn in that last round. He's been knocked down, but at least not knocked out yet.
You've been put down, you've got to think right, survive, and then give it back the next.
Well, we've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel, because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
He threw a punch and just got countered. So much pre-match drama before this showdown. Who could forget what we saw yesterday at the weigh-in? These two boxers are finally ready to get it on.
You have certain fighters that are born for this, that are made for the big crowd. And looking at that corner right there, that is that fighter right there. They're elevated, lifted, it's like they're not touching the ground. This is what they were born for.
Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
The straight right just misses. Nice counter shot. A swing and a miss with that jab. That counter shot lands. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
You can't leave it up to the judges.
On to the third. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter puncher smart.
They both want the knockout. Looking to land the hook. They exchange punches. Beautiful counter punch. This fighter told us yesterday, if he doesn't win by knockout, he doesn't consider it a real victory. That's the mentality he has.
With sluggers, you cannot let them get into a rhythm because this is how they train, this is how they prepare for fight. This is what they'll do all night. Do not dance their dance. You've got to use speed.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Uh-oh, code red time here for Daniel Jacobs. What is he going to do? Talk about Jacobs in that last round. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up.
And there's the bell to start round 4. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. You'd like to see more jabs. Catch and shoot. Defense is not an option for these two. Trying to land that jab. Can't find a home in that jab. You're a power puncher. You're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
Middleweight always gives us a class. If you've got 2 class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, Mr. I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Jacobs in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes. Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
There's a counter shot. It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. Do you believe this? Beautiful counter shot. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. You've got someone with the hands. Imagine seeing this punch coming and not being able to do anything about it.
Even I've got to see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You still want to fight?
Can't believe they managed to beat the count, but that could be the last hurrah.
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
That cut's pretty bad. Let's see if the referee stops the fight.
Are you all right? Are you okay?
And the referee's going to allow him to fight. These two were made for each other. They're happy this round's coming to an end. 10 seconds left. Let's talk about winning that last round. What a huge momentum. There's the bell for round 6. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
That jab was blocked. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you've hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
The straight right just misses. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. A very competitive round here so far.
Skillful.
Oh my God, Johnny! Ooh, and Daniel Jacobs just got rocked. Looks like trouble was averted.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Good counter punching. Nice punch. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about winning that last round. Well, the cut man's got some work to do in this corner.
Man, oh man, you know what? He's got to hope the referee doesn't jump in and stop it.
Now you've let him back into it. Yes, I like that round. Good round. You feel good?
There's the bell to start round 7. They just gave us a great round. Let's see if they can do it again.
How much energy did they use? How hard and how tough and how much they had to dig deep. This is just ridiculous. I don't know what to expect. I'm tired just watching it.
Johnny, as you know, there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive.
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. Do you know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous? That is what writes our history books.
A straight right just misses. How about that time counter shot? Perfect counter lands. Do not throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. Nice counter shot. Do you believe what we're seeing? Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about winning that last round. That cut is going to cause some serious problems.
Cornerman, get your job done, do it right.
And there's the bell for round 8. They're up and ready to go. Surely this round won't be as good as the last one.
Good work the last round. Be smart. Don't get too braggadocious. You'll get turned over and walk into a shot, and that's the last thing you want.
Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down?
And there's no doubt about it as we see it again. That body shot did them in.
I need to see that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Second, we continue.
The referee says we will fight on. Not sure about this one.
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
We need to turn this around halfway through.
There's a lot of work to do, and you know what? It's hard to pull back. Don't get into the habit of losing. Don't get into the habit of being second place. You've got to change the habit. You've got to change something, because otherwise, why should it change?
Can the Dark Destroyer get out of this dark place? We almost saw a knockout a second. Nothing else he could do there but take a knee to stop the beating.
It's a really dented the ego. You don't want your opponent to see you do that.
Final 10 seconds here, and I think he knows who's won this round. Let's talk about winning that last round. That'll be a 10-8 round for sure with the... Let's see how much fatigue we see here in round 9. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle, man. He's got to bluff him.
You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
Look back in the history books, some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there, these guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful. It hurts, and you can imagine that being you. They're the size of an average man.
This has been a very competitive round between these two.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
That counter punch caught him clean. Those counter punches have to hurt. Missing with the hook. Blink and you miss it. Good thing we can watch that all over again.
Where did that come from? What a shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Listen to me. Are you okay?
Looks like he's going to survive the round here, but just barely. Talk about winning that last round. And there's the bell for round 10. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Nice counter. Punch, counter punch. No rest for the weary. Throws the uppercut but misses. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
This can be so frustrating. I mean, there's such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
Oh, that punch. And look at that shot to the head, and there's no way they were going to stand up to that one.
That's lights out right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're out.
Not many people would have predicted it, but we've got a knockout victory.
A knockout victory. That is tough. Did you